What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers Fireplaces. Today we have a fun new video for you. Now typically our videos are on fireplaces, barbecues, outdoor kitchens, things like that. We put out a survey, I want to say about a month ago or so, to really find out if you guys were interested in other reviews outside of what we normally do, because we are expanding the product offering here at Embers. And today we have a new video on a new product offering that we're excited to talk to you about. By the way, the poll was actually closer than I thought. I thought people would be excited about new product categories. Turns out it's about 50-50 with a slight edge to new product categories. So just like our fireplaces and our barbecues, we generally focus on more of the higher end type products. That's no different with what we're about to review. Should we show them what we're gonna review? What are we talking about today? We're talking about refrigeration. That wasn't that exciting, was it? No? All right, well, let's get talking about them. So here's some of the refrigerators that we offer. At the end of this video, we're gonna go to them actually installed in a home, show you a real life setting to see if it's actually something that might make sense for you. Let's start with the under-counter stuff. So under-counter refrigeration is something that we've always offered, especially in our outdoor kitchen applications, because a lot of consumers are doing outdoor refrigeration. This can involve kegerators, beverage centers, ice makers, regular refrigerators, drawer refrigerators. But one brand that we want to focus on specifically today is the brand called TRU. So it's TRU Residential, TRU Refrigeration. They're definitely going to be more on the expensive side, and we're going to really talk about the value that they give you compared to some of the more affordable products. So let's start with the under-counter stuff. So what's really cool about TRU is there's really two brands that are really known commercially, and that's going to be TRU Refrigeration and Perlick. If you go to any bar, any restaurant, any sporting venue, you're more than likely gonna see one of those two brands. They're like the industry standard when it comes to commercial refrigeration because they are the best and highest quality. They're made in the United States. The warranties are fantastic. They're energy efficient. So that's why, one of the reasons, we'll dive into a lot of more details, but why they're more expensive. But why do you need high quality, especially in an outdoor setting? Well, what's cool is their stuff is built so robustly, I don't know if that's the right word, there isn't a separate SKU for outdoor. Everything they sell indoor automatically can be installed outdoors. When you're experiencing the elements, you want something that's gonna be able to hold temp. That's really important. I have seen refrigerators that aren't powerful enough and you're in a high heat setting, they're not gonna be able to hold temperature. So it's important to get something high quality enough that can hold temp. Another thing is that it can be exposed to the elements. So you need high quality stainless steel materials. They're gonna hold up in the weather if they're sitting out in the winter, things like that. So this is their beverage center. So let's talk about that. You can order it with a solid panel or a glass door. And then we get inside here, there is an option for some pull-out drawers for some wine. What's cool is this can toggle through different colors. So you get like 14 colors, I think it is, on the under-counter refrigeration. And then you can see that the interior is lined with stainless steel. So this is 304 stainless, even on the inside of the fridge. Towards the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you why that's important, but we'll just show you that now, why you can see that. Also, really heavy duty gasket material. So this is gonna really get you a nice tight seal, which of course is important in an outdoor setting. And then another thing is, of course, it goes without saying that these are very aesthetically appealing. You can get these in all stainless and they come in a variety of color finishes. You can even do custom colors, which costs extra if you wanted to match cabinets or something like that. And you can do custom hardware or different color hardware systems. So here we have like the brass handles. So that's the under-counter stuff. It's rated for indoor or outdoor use, along with their ice makers, things like that, wine coolers, etc. All right, let's talk about some of the bigger situations. Okay, so to give you an example, this is great in a commercial setting or a residential setting. Obviously, we're using this in our showroom here. We use this so customers can help themselves to drinks. So it's a great application for something like that. This is a 36-inch column refrigerator that is a beverage center. So it's not really, the only difference between this and a refrigerator is gonna be the drawer system on the inside. So again, just like our other beverage center, our smaller one, it's pretty much just racking for drinks. And we can adjust this racking. And then we, again, have some soft close pull-out drawers, things like that here. And then we have this cool little champagne basket, which it's looking a little pathetic. Where's all of our champagne? You been drinking it all?
No.
You've been sneaking champagne, haven't you?
Yeah.
Anyways, this is the beverage center. It's super unique to the industry. The question is why would you pay the extra money for this stuff? Why do we carry a product line like this that's expensive, that's higher quality? Is there any value in the higher quality type stuff? Let's take a little field trip. We're actually gonna go to my house. I actually installed a couple of these. My old lady's there. We're gonna ask her her opinion. She's definitely gonna give you an honest opinion because she doesn't hold back about anything, does she? No, she's kind of scary. We'll go ask her if she thinks they're worth the extra moolah because we get this asked a lot. Sub-Zero fridge is another one that's just really high quality. Are you getting added resale value? Are you getting extra benefits? Does it help with food storage? And is it, at the end of the day, is it really worth the extra money? Let's go see one installed in a home setting. Let's talk about it, and we're gonna really break down the quality materials of these refrigerators. And it's up for you to decide if it's something you're interested in. All right, so we're here at the house. Let's start with the ice maker. So again, the ice maker is 15 inches wide. It's gonna be under counter. Let's take a look at it here. This seems like a really stupid feature, but it is really nice to have a place that holds your scooper. That's what I call it, a scooper, because otherwise it gets buried here in ice. So like good high quality ice makers, what it's gonna do, it has a filter in it, so it's always gonna have filtered ice. And then what's really kind of unique to TRU is it has an integrated pump. So all ice makers drain water out of them. And sometimes you need a pump if that drain hose can't be naturally gravity fed and head downwards. If it has to go upwards or horizontal at all, you're gonna need a pump. These automatically come with pumps no matter what. You can see the cool little ice it makes. It's a little top hat ice. Is perfect for like cocktails and stuff. Anyways, this is good for indoor and outdoor use. That's our ice maker. Again, you can do different colors. Not that you're always inside an ice maker checking out the colors, but you always have that option. So that's the ice maker. Now let's get on to the refrigerators. So you can see them installed in an actual install setting. There are several ways that you can order them. Again, we can go all stainless steel. We have some of their color combinations here. This is their antique white with the brass hardware. You can see it up against like a bright white, so you can kind of see that difference here. Now, the way that we have this installed is obviously in a built-in application, and this is technically two different appliances. So we have a 30-inch freezer and a 30-inch refrigerator. You can order it as a 42-inch side-by-side where it's one complete appliance, or 48-inch complete appliance, or you could do 24-inch columns, 30-inch columns, or 36-inch columns, which 36-inch columns are gonna give you total width of 72 inches. This is 230 inches, so that's where we're getting the 60 inches from. Then what's really cool is this is like a coupler kit. So this little piece, this 160-inch piece, makes it look like it's one appliance. But what are the advantages of having them doing two columns side by side? Well, being completely separate units, there's no airflow or temperature change within the connection of the unit. They're complete individual units, which is gonna help with food storage, freezer burn, things like that. With these guys, everything is up here. So let's show you this under the hood, so to speak. So our fan systems, our compressors, everything that really controls the functionality of these are in the top of the refrigerator. Now, why is that important? Well, the fans that are in here are gonna push down. You can't really see them in here, but they're gonna push down from the top and create a lot of air circulation. So what that does is it creates perfect temperature control, and you're never gonna see this thing really vary within a degree or two. That perfect temperature control, which also cools things very quickly. So if you have something warm that you put in there, it's gonna get cold faster than a regular refrigerator. That helps with longevity of your food storage. So it's gonna stay, your food's gonna stay fresher longer in a sustainable environment. And so, especially with things like produce, if that can stay in a consistent environment, it's gonna help your produce last longer. So it directly affects your food, which is kind of something we talk about in barbecues. We look for features that is gonna actually change the way you cook or the way your food tastes. Well, same with a refrigerator. It's cool to have a nice aesthetic appeal like this, but if it actually changes the way your food stores or the way your food ends up tasting, to me, that's a feature or benefit that's worth looking at. We also talked about the stainless steel interior here. So this 304 stainless interior does a couple things. One, stainless steel also absorbs cold or temperatures very consistently. So these side panels they actually feel colder than the rest of the fridge. So again, that's gonna help with temperature control and help keep this fridge cold, is the stainless interior. Another thing the stainless interior does is it does not hold odors. Now, even some of the nicer fridges, like some of the upgraded Samsungs, even Viking, which is a top of the line fridge, it has plastic interiors. You and I both know, if you've been around a refrigerator that gets an odor in it, it's like impossible to get it out of here. So with stainless steel, it's completely odor free. And then with their shelving, these are all made in-house by TRU in the United States. So their shelving systems, you can see they have their soft closed storage drawers, things like that. And then all their LED lighting right here. On their column refrigerators, you cannot change the lighting color. It always is one color. As far as the doors go, you can order this as a solid panel on the refrigerator, or like we have here, a glass panel. And then last thing we want to talk about is their seal system. So this almost has like a vacuum type seal to it. And even like when my fingers are in here, it's like pushing pretty tight on my fingers. So it gets like a nice, really tight seal, which again creates a stable environment for your food. Let's take a look at the freezer. Just to show you the freezer. Again, even this wall here, the whole interior of everything is stainless steel. Same thing, we got soft closed storage drawers, everything like that. But now the question is, obviously, I think, this is just my opinion, because I put them in here, they have a big aesthetic appeal over like your regular big box type appliances or fridges. The trade-off is they're gonna definitely cost you more. So is it worth the trade-off? Well, we're gonna bring in the old lady and see what she has to say about it. She's the one here every day using this thing, and really get her opinion on if she thinks it's worth it or not. All right, we got the old lady here. This is Chelsea. You say hi to everybody.
Hello.
What do you like about these?
Well, obviously, aesthetically, they're just insane. They're beautiful. The huge gold handles are my favorite. I love that they matched the gold on the hinges and how big and chunky they are. They just like really pop. I love this cream color because it's not like pure white, but it's not yellow either. So I love that part of it. Whatever. You asked me what I liked about it.
All right.
Obviously,
Keep
the
going.
looks are one of the most important things. Anyway, okay. It's huge. I like the big side-by-side part of it. So I really like the glass door. It makes it super unique, really cool, kind of got like an industrial type of feel to it. The only downside is you have to keep your refrigerator organized at all times. Like before the video, I had to like, get all the crap out. So that way you didn't see how unorganized my fridge is.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, so.
I would say that's one of my least favorite features too, because I'm always the one that has to keep it organized. So I'm always the one up at night making sure this thing's always organized. So that's annoying.
But it's such a cool, the window is super cool if you don't mind people, getting a view of what's inside of it. I do like it. It's just you have to keep up on the, organization, which I'm still trying to figure that out. Whoops. So anyway.
Turn the lights on.
Oops, I did it again.
Maybe just pick a different spot.
It's so irritating. As far as like the size, So if you don't get the window, then you get, am I right, the drawers on the door of the refrigerator?
So that's one thing you lose with the glass door is on the inside. If you do a solid stainless, you're gonna get compartments right here on the door where you can put like milk and other things like that. But it also is gonna bleed into the refrigerator itself, so there's a little bit of a trade-off there.
I love the drawers. The drawers are my very favorite feature. They're huge. You can fit so much. So like, for instance.
Why don't you show them?
Okay, sorry. My vegetable drawer
You don't have to be nervous. Why are you so nervous?
Stop.
Oh, you're not nervous?
I'm a little nervous, but.
All right.
I love the vegetable drawer because, and don't get too close to it because it's not perfectly clean, but you can fit so much stuff in here. Veggies, I put leftovers in it so that way you don't have to like see the ugly leftover boxes and stuff like that. So the drawers are huge. And then the bottom one, I put all of our soda waters and soda in, that way it's kind of hidden. Mm-hmm. So you can do, the storage is just amazing on these. They're great. God dang it.
So would you say though that like you're enjoying it substantially more than just like the regular Samsung fridge you had, or not necessarily?
I love it. Because it's so like wide and spread out, you can see things a lot easier, you can get to them, you know, things don't get hidden in the back and then rot, you know. I do wish that you would figure out how to get the light turned off. That's my only qualm with the refrigerator.
So that brings us to our next point, tech support. So they have a great tech support line. That's one of the advantages of getting products like this, is you're not dealing with a big box or at the mercy of Samsung, something like that. So these guys have a robust warranty system, robust tech support line, because they do so much commercial installs. Obviously in a commercial setting, this product needs to be very reliable and fixed on a moment's notice, especially if like you're in the restaurant industry or something. So that being said, it's very easy to get them on the phone and look at things. For example, I cannot figure out how to turn, she wants the light off, which you can do, and then when the fridge opens, the light will turn on. You can do that, I just haven't figured out how yet. So.
How long have we had the refrigerators installed?
A couple months.
That's how long the light has been on.
So this is why you're not in videos. Because you have to embarrass me in front of everybody.
Well, just saying, just saying.
So anyways, here's the question that we want to finish with. Is it worth the extra moolah? Because these guys are not cheap. Again, this is one of our higher end products. Would you say, final thought, that it's worth the extra money or no?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
What about specifically in line with and being like the centerpiece of a kitchen?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. As far as I'm the cheapskate in the relationship, so you know when I saw the price tag, it just it was a lot. But as far as it being literally like the centerpiece of our kitchen, like and anybody who comes over, that's the first thing they notice right away. They're just like, that's insane. It's awesome. So yeah, it's super cool. And then functionality too is fantastic. It blows, I had one of the newer Samsung, it blows the Samsung out of the water. That Samsung just wasn't nearly as cool. So I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, and one thing we forgot to mention is there's no interior ice makers or water filtration system in these. These are strictly column refrigerators, almost like in a purist type way, I guess you could say. That's why we have the ice maker separate. So consider that when you're shopping for these. I would say, that's a homeowner's perspective. I'm gonna tell you from a sales perspective. Do I think they're worth the extra money? That really depends on what you value. For example, if you only have so much money for a whole kitchen remodel, and if you bought these, you would have to forego new countertops or something like that, then obviously it may not make sense. But if you have a budget where you can swing a full remodel, don't skimp on these, because these will, what I always say with like our high-end fireplaces and barbecues, this thing is really gonna last you 15 or 20 years. So once you buy this refrigerator, you're never gonna have to think about it again. Like, this is the fridge you're gonna have, unless you get sick of the colors. That could happen.
I don't think I'm gonna get sick of the colors.
You're not gonna get sick of the colors. You might. But we literally replaced a Sub-Zero fridge. This is very comparable to like Sub-Zero, which is the most popular brand for this built-in application. I think this thing can go toe-to-toe with it all day. Someone replaced it. It's functioning just fine. It's 18 years old, but it had old cabinet panels. It was a cabinet panel style, and it had panels on it that matched the old cabinets. So they could have done new cabinets, but I think they were just kind of getting bored. So the only way you'd probably really replace this is literally out of boredom. But this is something you're gonna have for a very long time. It's an investment you're gonna make one time. So you can buy 10 $3,000 refrigerators over, I don't know, not 10, that's too many.
That's too many. That's
Too many?
Yeah.
You're gonna buy a handful of refrigerators for a couple grand, or you can buy this once. As far as resale value, I wouldn't say it's gonna add dollar value to your home, but like other things with kitchen remodels, a nice kitchen is very desirable. So if someone else on your same street selling their house and you have a refrigerator like this and they don't, it's obviously gonna make your home more appealing and sell faster, which is not a problem right now. But eventually down the road, if the housing market ever cools off, this will make your home more desirable, but may not necessarily add dollars to the resale value of the home. I think we've covered the subject plenty long. If you want to come down to our showroom, this is a showroom only product. It is not a website product that we ship all over the country. Come down to our showroom, get us on the phone. We can get you pricing for sizing, everything like that. You'll see a much more high-end appliances to come in some of our reviews. It is something we're getting into where we carry a lot more of the high-end sort of boutique-y appliances, nothing super mainstream. For example, like this oven behind us, this will be something we'll be reviewing in the future, and more of these products are gonna be on our showroom floor. So don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks so much for watching.